So, I wanted to talk about Spider-Man on this channel, but Chris went ahead and talked about Spider-Man with his cooler other friends on his cooler channel, and I didn't want to drag him over here to talk about basically the same stuff he already did. So, in order to find an excuse to do that, I was like, hey, there's a million suits in the Insomniac Spider-Man games. Why don't we talk and rank them? And
There you go.
and also, Trav is like the other guy that I know who is like big into not just the Spider-Man games, but like Spider-Man as a whole. So I'm like, I gotta talk to him about Spider-Man, and I somehow convinced him to help me with this.
I I did not complain when you approached me about this. I'm like, yeah, I'll talk about Spider-Man suits.
I always think about whenever I'm asking somebody to join me or something. I'm always just thinking, oh God, I'm bothering them.
I
They
am
want
a
nothing.
bother to them. They will not want to. And then you go in and you're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Chris is busy with
No,
the
I love Spider-Man. I love the new games, and I'm more than happy to talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah, so this is like, so this is a good excuse to us to talk about, like, oh, we can just mention the games, and but then also, like, since we're going through each of the suits, we can talk about, like, oh, like the history of each of those suits from their respective books and series and stuff. And yeah, just so talking about both just our opinions of the suits themselves, how they play in the game. It's just a very I wanted an excuse to do a tier maker video stream, and this was like, I thought this was a fun idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tier lists are cool. Spider-Man's cool.
Yeah.
So are we going to be moving these over to a more traditional
Yes,
tier list, or are
that's
we
what
just
I'm
going to go through? Okay,
I'm
okay.
about to move them, like first, because since it was all a mess, and so what I did was I made like a list of myself just to kind of, I organized them in such a way that will give us like an easy jumping off point. So like right here, we got, these are all the ones that 616 Peter has worn. These are the ones that
Okay.
other characters that have worn. All of the
Gotcha.
ones that
Okay.
are from the movies, all of the game original ones, and then the same for Miles. So like main universe Miles, variants of Miles, other characters that aren't Miles, movie, and then game original. And so, yeah, so I'm just
Cool.
gonna go make above, like a couple a couple above rows that will then move on to. Do you have any name ideas you want to give these the rankings?
I mean, well, the easy answer is pull names from like Spider-Man titles, like spectacular, amazing, superior.
But then but
then it's gonna get confusing.
Yeah, what are we gonna name the bad ones?
That's gonna become the Spider-Man equivalent of who's on first. I don't know. Like, just could go A, B, C, D tier, whatever. That's
stick-
the easy answer.
Yeah, we'll stick with the boring answer, and if we come up with something, we'll name it after.
Not nude.
Nude. Nude.
We only put the naked Spider-Man on there.
Yes, I love that. Spectacular, boring, concussion, demotivating.
Concussion.
Okay, I gotta do that. Amazing. Bemusing.
Very
And then-
interesting.
And then
ranking here.
and then F for fuck. Let me give these quick colors so they don't look.
Why are we ranking everything in yellow?
And there we go. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, so like with the way this is set up, we can either go category by category or we can jump around. Basically, whatever we're feel liking.
Okay.
Maybe if if anybody in the chat is like, I want to hear you talk about this specific one, we can just jump right to it. So
Cool.
first, because Chris told me to, I'm just gonna jump ahead and do this.
Oh, okay.
Naked Spider-Man goes literally right in the middle. He is the
Yeah, that is our control.
he is the most neutral.
Everything from here on will be ranked if it's better or worse than Naked Peter.
I I think Kevin was the one who said this, where he was basically like, the reason why they didn't put him in Spider-Man 2 was because they were like, a certain high percentage of people used it, and the developers wanted them to actually use a costume that they designed and not just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, stop using the meme outfits, please. We put so much work into these other ones.
Buff Peter, go Burr.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so
He's got like abs on his abs.
Wait, I can do this. There we go.
There you go.
Look at that.
It's so crisp.
Very high quality. All right, so I think we can probably start off with the OG.
The OG.
The original.
I mean, it's easy for me to say that that's just S tier automatically, but like I feel like that's cheating.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking about. That I think putting it in amazing is the bet. Like high amazing would make the most sense. Oh
Yeah.
shit! You're right.
And then now,
there you go.
Is it better or worse with the battle damage?
Yeah, that was also the thing. Like, just I'm like, yeah, like what is it more raw and cool if it has the battle damage, or does it the fact that it's ruined to make it worse? I legitimately can't tell.
I mean, on its own, it's kind of lame, but I mean, it has some kind of story context to it, so I don't know.
I do think they both have to be side by side. Like, I can't. This is when you can't separate.
Fair. Let's not think too hard about it.
I'd say leave them together for now. And but what about the vintage version of it, which is basically just it, but with that.
It is pretty
flair.
Cool.
Yeah, is that better?
I don't know,
or worse?
man.
Yeah,
I'd say I'd say it is a mild concussion.
No, I think it's better. Yeah, I think it should. I think I would put it in amazing. I just don't know if it's better or worse.
I'd say. Oh man, that's tough actually. Right between them. There you go.
There we go. There you go. That's the breaking point.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, A's right. Yeah, A's right. Where would it be if it had the web wings?
Ooh, slightly above. Mm-hmm. Only slightly.
Like the original Ditko costume versus like this is more like this is more like classic Romita outfit. And then the Ditko one, which has the smaller eyes and the web wings. Where the birthday suit, it's right there. It's going to be right in the middle of everything.
That is our baseline.
All right. Do you want to jump around, or do you want to keep sticking with comics, Peter?
Let's jump around a little bit. Let's step into something wacky.
Okay. How about the wrestling suit, which is actually I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a thing that we did that we did on our other streams. The judging. That'll give us an easy way. So this is interesting because this is the wrestling outfit, but this is specifically the wrestling outfit that Ultimate Spider-Man had.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now because I'm actually not too familiar with this suit.
Yeah, I've been using the Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man wiki is where I got all the information on the suits. That's where I was able to categorize all the names and everything.
Okay, so this is his luchador-inspired wrestling suit from the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, which is why I put it in
I mean, it looks... It's kind of boring, but I like the homemade outfits a lot, so it kind of wins me over in that regard a little bit. I'd probably put it under Naked Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Somewhere
concussion is fitting because it's a wrestling suit.
I was thinking low B because it's like, it has that cool kind of... I do think, like the wrestling suit from the Spider-Man 1, like the movie one, is more iconic.
Yeah. Too much. I don't know how I feel about the blue face.
The mask is probably the thing that.
Though that could be a good segue. Are there any other homemade suits on this list other than? I know that there's one in movies.
There's the movie one. This is interesting. There's the Miles homemade suit. I think that would be a fun, weird one to talk about. So, this one So this one has a very interesting story. So you know how Miles Morales was from the Ultimate Universe, and then after Secret Wars, he moved to 616. So now he's part of
Yes.
616. There was a story that they did that was basically like the retconned history of Miles Morales was always in 616 and what was he doing. So there was a story that took place during Secret Invasion where it was like, oh, Miles suited up as Spider-Man and when like was like a proto Spider-Man and was going around helping people during Secret Invasion, and this was the suit that he made.
Okay.
So it has a very interesting, like, I feel like as a suit itself, it's very weird and like, yeah, it's a very kind of like like see, like that's why I would probably I'm thinking this would probably go in C, but I think like story wise it has an interesting history to it.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't know that part of the story. The only thing I knew is that I'm assuming it was 616 Miles that was just an asshole, but I'm not sure about that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember reading that like some version like never became Spider-Man and he was just a dick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there in the Spider-Man 2 story, there was a whole thing about like the Miles Morales of 616 was like, yeah, he was like this asshole guy. He was friends with the Kingpin. There was this whole story about like he ends up traveling to the Ultimate Universe to kind of like basically to take his place because his girlfriend died in 616 and he's like, oh, she exists in the Ultimate Universe, so I'm going to go there. But then something happens and then he decides to become a villain, so he takes a bunch of tech from the Ultimate Universe, goes back to 616 and basically becomes like Miles' like archenemy.
Weird.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of cool. I feel like I'd have to just see how it's done.
Like the ultimatum, like as like in the way it works in the story, it's like him as a character is like, oh, it's decent how it works in the story. It's just the problem is that they're very coy with what happened in the Ultimate Universe because this Marvel didn't know what they wanted to do with the Ultimate Universe. Like, is it still around? Is it destroyed?
Right.
Is like, and now the fact that they have a whole new Ultimate Universe now, I think they just threw up their hands and said whatever. So.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Got another idea to go for?
I mean, do we just want to jump into like rapid fire the homemade suits on this list? Which I mean, I'm sure there's only a couple.
Yeah, let's see.
There's that other Miles homemade suit made from the movie Birthday Party.
Oh, right,
The suit. The Spider-Verse one.
Yeah, there it is. Let me pull it.
I mean, this one's just a great bit. I love that they kept the cape.
Yeah, the cape alone, I feel like gives it so many points. I think is this the only Spider-Man suit, at least in the game, that has a cape? I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think I'm looking. I don't see. Oh, well, Noir has a trench coat, so that's kind of works like a cape.
Kind of counts. I could see an argument for that.
Mysterio, I think, has a cape.
Does it?
In my no, it doesn't. I thought it did, but no, yeah, it doesn't have a cape.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the only one.
You could have totally convinced me.
Yeah, this is the only one though that has an actual cape. So I think I would say they go somewhere in B.
I'd say a high B. Yeah.
Okay, so he is better than naked.
Yeah, just a little.
Moon. Oh yeah, AE said Moon Knight here. Let's go pull up Moon Knight Spider-Man. Since
is there a Moon Knight Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, from Infinity Warps, the story where Gamora went crazy, got the Infinity Stones, snapped her fingers, but instead of wiping out half the universe, she folded the universe in half, so everybody got fused with another person. So Spider-Man became Arachnite.
I feel like I've heard of that one. That I have not read that story yet.
It is it is a weird one. It's kind of like it's more so like a Guardian, like it's connected to the Guardian, like it's weird to read on its own. You kind of have to read the Guardians of the Galaxy story that came out before it.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah,
interesting. I kind of just brushed that off of like, oh, it kind of looks like Assassin's Creed.
He does look like Ezio. That's funny. Yeah. I do think this is a really cool suit. This is one of the suits I remember. I think I wore a bunch of the time. I think that's one of my probably the top 10 of the ones. Actually, no. I know. I was about to say the Miles one is the one because these are both that and the Miles one were both DLC, like the pre-order DLC ones. I didn't wear this. I wore the Miles one a lot. I don't think I wore Arachnid too much through the game, but I do think it's a cool design.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say mid to low B.
That sounds. I think. I'd put it a bit above the wrestling. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah, since I mentioned it, let me pull up the
see.
Miles one that I mentioned. It
Yeah.
is where the hell this one? I believe this is called is this the Shadow Spider? Is that what it's called? Yes, the Shadow
Shadow
Spider suit.
Spider suit.
Yeah, this was in the in Champions. There was a story where like the characters kind of got sucked into like a fantasy world, and so Miles became
What,
like
Contest of Champions?
no, not Contest of Champions. It was just
Oh,
it was
okay.
like its own. It was I forget what the context was, but it was like they got sucked into a fantasy world. So it was kind of all the characters were like D&D versions of themselves. So yeah, Miles became Miles. Yeah, he looked like that, like his own, like kind of like a cool like ninja. I really like this outfit. This one I think one of my favorite of the alternate Miles suits.
Nice. It looks cool. I don't really have much to say about like the context of the story, but the outfit's neat. Bold choice of them to not put a spider on the chest. But I like the little throwing knife pouches he has on the side. The cape with the webbing on the inside looks really nice.
He does kind of have a spider on the mouth.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's got the little 4 legs up on the mouth and then 4 more around his neck. That's kind of cool. Other than that, I'm reaching for things to say.
Yeah, I think
I'd still say, yeah, I'm fine with that.
A's are good. Yeah. Let's see. Is there another? Do you want to go?
Are we out of capes?
Do you want to go for the 3 black suits?
Yeah,
see 'em
sure.
right
Fuck
here.
it. Let's get it out of the way.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, they're basically we have like it's the black. It's the I believe this is the black suit.
We have the regular symbiote, the evolved symbiote, and then the amazing the cartoon inspired classic symbiote suit.
There's the black suit, the symbiote suit, and the classic black suit. Basically, like this is the first one that he has. Then later in the game when he gets more aggressive, and then this is like the black cloth suit. That Peter like wears after he gets rid of Venom. It is always interesting to remember that Peter only had in the comics. Peter only has Venom for like he only has like Venom for like less than 10 issues. It is a very short time.
And then it's just a cloth recreation of it.
And then he gets rid of it because MJ gets traumatized by Venom. She's like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, I read that story. It was the one that he had a showdown with Venom for the first time, and then at the end of it, Mary Jane literally pulls out a box with his classic outfit. It's like, why don't you wear this instead? So first, I'm gonna like the Insomniac black suit, the one on the left. I really, really like it. I love that it has the hardened points on like the face, the shoulders, but then like on the more flexible, softer parts, it's like fleshy and meat looking almost.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that. I personally put it at like either a high B or low A. I don't know about you though. I'll let you balance that out.
And then what do you think of the sim? Because it's the order of the 3 that I'm like strung. Yeah, because it's like I like the obviously the story progression of like you can see the like
the middle one I think is still like it's great for story. I love it there. Judging the design on its own, I'd put it slightly lower just because it's a little too busy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a really cool design. I like that the legs on the spider logo get more jagged.
Yeah. Starts looking more nullish.
I'd put that more like high C tier maybe.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because it's. I think I would say that. Because I think the black suit. It's icon. Honestly, I think
it's a great take on an iconic outfit.
Yeah. I think
the middle one probably a little lower.
B, right there.
Yeah,
and then
I'm good with that.
The classic, I mean, like
the classic. That has to be high A, low S.
Yeah, I think S because the black suit, it's iconic. This is the one that's much more. Yeah, this is basically like the comic version of it. Yeah, it's iconic.
I love one of the variants you can get that gives it the red and blue rim lighting.
Yes, I love the purple one that makes it look like Ultimate.
Yeah. That's so good. I'm glad that they didn't have the black suit in the first game as an alternate outfit because saving it for this one was so cool.
Yeah, which I think they obviously knew since there's the Venom
absolutely.
teaser at the end, so they're like, we know Venom's gonna be the next game, and it's like, oh yeah, we can't use the black suit yet because we're gonna use it here.
Yeah.
A saying this tier list is moving too fast. Where's David? And the thing is, the difference is that I also go on tangents like David, but the difference is that I know when to.
There's a lot here, though.
Yeah,
I
know when.
I don't have a ton of time.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna go for 8 hours on this, so we're fine. Yeah, I think we're gonna go. I mean, I would be shocked if we. I don't even think we're gonna go 2 hours. So I think we'll be fine. Speaking of, since we got those black suits, maybe
let's look at suits that look like black suits, or we could just go through the black suits because there's the Raimi black suit, but we could save that.
That was like, do we want to save all the movies for later? Like, just do all the movies at once?
I'm fine with that. There's a Miles symbiote suit, right? From
there's technically two.
Carnage.
Yeah, there's two. There's the Absolute Carnage one and the King in Black one. With these ones both these are both ones that when he got possessed by Carnage during Absolute Carnage, and then when they got possessed during King in Black. They're both it's interesting. I think I
have started both of these stories and I have not finished them.
I love Donny Cates' Venom run is excellent.
Yes, I absolutely love. I was reading, I think it was the 2018 run of Venom, just reading issue to issue, not really following any events, and just holy shit, this is like the best take of the character I've ever fucking seen. And just the way it's handling the symbiotes. Unfortunately, I have not gotten to the parts where either of these suits are in the comics. But if it's anything to go by with those, I'm sure that it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Absolute Carnage is like the midway point of the story, and then King in Black is the finale. So just to give you an idea,
that's right. I think I was reading Absolute Carnage to lead into King in Black.
Yeah, and
just because the Marvel Ultimate app has like this timeline thing you could follow, where it's like, here's how all the other stories lead into it, and I just haven't gotten very far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I gotcha. Because it was so surprising seeing just how, because that came out, that game, the comics came out at like right when the first game came out in 2018, which is why it surprised me so much that the second game pulled so much from those comics, because I'm like, damn, like, because
as soon as I saw the swirl on the whiteboard, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I know what they're pulling from.
Like, holy fuck, Null. It's like they're doing Null, and then you have like the Cult of Carnage, like with the Cletus has like the Cult of Carnage, and then you get to the end and Venom with his wings, and it's like, oh my god, they actually did that.
I do, like, I kind of understand. You might have seen it on Twitter. There was a bit of anger from Venom fans that were like, man, why is this not the Eddie Brock version of the character? They just kind of turned Venom into this big generic alien sort of villain. But I think that it worked in relation to Miles and Peter's story here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm guessing that they're going to save an Eddie Brock, or at least a similar character. Sorry, I just kicked my mic stand.
That's all right.
They're going to save him for the standalone game.
Yeah, I've always been. I mean, like, I think that's like my old opinion on Spider-Man is that we have so much Spider-Man out there that I think there is room for, like, as long as you kind of take a core piece of a character, I think it's fine to experiment and do different takes. Like I know there are a lot of people that don't like this version of MJ of like, oh, like her being a reporter and like all that stuff. Like, there are a lot of people don't like.
That's wild to me that people don't like that.
But I'm like, I just like how front and center she is, like the way her and Peter's relationship are written, the fact that she has like her own kind of drive. It's like everything about her character still screams MJ, and her relationship with Peter is written so well that I'm like, I don't care if it's like, oh, she's been a report, like the whole, like people will do the excuse of like, well, not excuse, but the explanation of, oh, she was a reporter in like Ultimate and like other things have like a reason. But I'm like, I don't care about like lore reasons. I'm just like, did you write it well? And they did.
Yeah.
So that's all I don't
like. I'm fine if they want to establish it like, oh yeah, she used to be this, that, but like actually executing it. I think that this is probably the best take on MJ outside of the comics.
Yeah, and I think the same thing.
Excluding some of the shows. I haven't seen every Spider-Man show.
I don't think. I mean, she's really good in Spectacular, though that's obviously like a very specific.
Well, I mean, that's MJ. Like the best Spider-Man show.
Yeah, obviously, and she's decent in the 90s show, but of course there's the whole thing about her in the 90s show.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really
that's a whole other can of worms.
I mean, like in Ultimate she's like a very minor character, and I think I think I know she gets powers near the. I remember that. I think she becomes a spider person by the end of.
I remember it was like there's a cliffhanger at the end of the show where maybe I shouldn't spoil an 80s or show from the 80s, but that show gets weird with MJ.
Yeah, and then, I know. I think obviously, like a lot of characters, Spectacular is probably the best with MJ of all the other series. But and Venom, it's a similar thing of like, they made Venom more like they kind of fused Venom with Null since like the whole thing of like, I'm gonna bring
that was my thing. I kind of saw Venom in this game as like an amalgamation of the symbiotes in general, rather than giving him a standalone identity. Which again, I think that in relation to him being the villain of the story, and for really only like a third of the story, I think that's fine.
Yeah. And again, what was it? Like we don't need, because I think it works for that. And God, what was I blanking? And they're already different. Like I like the goofy over the top version of Venom seen in the Tom Hardy movies, and I like the more kind of like grounded, like the more complex take on Venom in the current comics. But then you also have the classic comics where he is again just kind of like a crazed like lunatic who also goes back and forth between being evil and just kind of being an idiot,
just a silly guy.
Okay, so
anyway, the outfits.
for these suits, I think I'm gonna put it a little, but I think that looks better than that. And for this,
okay,
I'll put it under. I'll have the naked Peter be the gatekeeper again.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh, it's not on this, like, because it's not one of the suits you can wear. So, but I love the little detail that when Harry first has the symbiote and it's like he's using it like to be a hero. It's the Agent Venom suit. Like I loved that thing of like when you see it, like, oh, it's like obviously Venom in his most heroic outfit when he's being heroic in the game. Oh, he looks like Agent Venom. Like that's such a really cool little like Easter egg thing.
I love that.
Yeah, I wish that was one of the costumes you could. I don't know why. Like that's like the one costume that like they don't let you. That's like in the game that you don't really get to play as. Like it feels like that would work as like a last minute thing. But I guess maybe they were like, oh, since it's more of like an actual symbiote, they didn't want to do more of the symbiote costumes outside of those two, but because it's more connected to Harry. But or maybe it's because he's gonna become Agent Venom in the third game, and they wanted to save that. So who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's a spoiler. There are a couple black suits here we can pull up. This is the negative suit.
This is the negative suit, which does not look like how it does in the comics. At least in the one that I'm thinking of, because the one from, it was like the first appearance of Mr. Negative, he touches Peter, and it just kind of swaps the colors of his outfit. It like the red parts become blue and blue becomes red.
Yeah, I believe this is from a series. This is from a book. This is from a story in the 80s that I believe is called Dusk. Because that's what I was looking at. It's called Dusk's suit. Is what is like the name of it is, and I think it was it was a story where Peter had to go to the negative zone, and this was the suit he wore in order to traverse through. So it isn't a literal like
it wasn't Mr. related to Mr. Negative, but no. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I remember this. I'm kind of like neutral on this suit. I don't really have any strong feelings of it. I
don't know. High C.
Yeah, C.
Low C. That's fine.
Yeah, the ones I don't really have opinions on, would probably be like the low C. And then like D is like ones that like, oh, that's like just not good.
Yeah.
Here's another blackish suit.
That is the armored suit, right?
Yeah. The electric. I believe this. Oh no. Yeah. This is this is the Spider Armor Mark 1.
Yeah.
This was originally in this story called Total War, which was from the 90s. A story I haven't read, so I don't know what the.
I think it also appeared in the 80s show or 90s show, whichever it was.
It might have.
That old one. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. I want to say I remember it being in that show. It might have been during their own sort of Spider-Verse where they had like there was like a fucking Spider-Man that had Doc Ock arms for some reason.
Yeah,
Um,
90s Spider-Man is a big like blip in my mind. Like, there's a lot about
that's
90s
fair.
Spider-Man that I'm like I don't know a lot about, so that's why it's like so like be like I kind of like look into it, and be like, oh yeah, like I read this is from this story, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know the context of where that's where
Other
this
than,
guy.
yeah, I
came
mean,
from.
I don't know the story behind the suit. I think it looks cool. I like how blocky it is. It kind of gives like a almost anime exosuit kind of vibe. Not as much as some other suits,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'd say somewhere in C tier,
yeah. I have,
maybe
more,
a high C.
I have a stronger opinion of it, so yeah, that's good.
I mean, if you think it should be in B tier, that's
No,
fine
no,
too.
I mean, like, I agree. I'd say that I would be in C because I'm like, I don't really have like, it'd be like, usually when I'm thinking about like the ones that I'm not like the S, A, and B are like ones that'd be like, oh yeah, like I would want to wear them in the game and like I
Yeah.
like them. These are ones I'm like, I don't really like feel the need to, so that's why.
All right,
Yeah,
here's a curveball for you, just real quick. What's a suit that you think doesn't look good, but you have an attachment to this suit for like nostalgia reasons that you just
Ooh.
pick anyway?
okay, so
Just like anyone. If you can't think about it, don't worry about it.
okay,
Just I was like, ooh,
yeah,
that might be an interesting
a
thought.
bad, yeah, okay, a bad suit.
Something
that I
you think
really,
that just looks okay, like it's not nearly as cool as it looks, but you have that sort of connection with it.
Okay. There is one suit that I really like that I don't think a lot of people like, but we'll save it for the movies. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I think I'll say a suit that I think a lot of people like that I don't really care about.
Okay.
The Miles 10th anniversary suit. I know a lot of people like this one.
I already forgot about that one.
I just think it's okay, yeah, because this was this was during Miles' 10th anniversary in his comic book. It was basically like in the story he was like, oh, like he's like, let me. He did his whole let me do a Miles.
I'm gonna
Morales
try my own thing.
Yeah, he did his whole Miles Morales original in the comics first, and this is what he came up with, and I'm like,
Literally, the first thing
alright.
I see when I look up this suit is people trying to redesign it. So I'm guessing it was not very popular.
no, honestly, I mean, yeah, 10 Elements says he loves it. Well, they love it. I know I've seen a lot of people online like post a lot of like positive opinions of it, but I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, and it could just be the posts that I'm seeing are just outrage posting, so it's getting more attention.
yeah,
I mean, it looks cool. I like the pink. It's not too spectacular otherwise. Wrong choice of words. It's fine. I'd say low C, high D.
yeah, I'll be generous and give it a high C, but it's like, yeah, I don't really have like a
Okay.
super high opinion of it, but I know a lot of people do, so I want to give it yeah, that personally put it in S. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have like I'll probably eventually have an opinion of something that people are like, oh, I don't care about that one.
That's fair.
Let's go with let's pull up the Scarlet Spider. Let me pull up all three Scarlet
Okay.
Spiders.
Good old Ben Riley.
I kind of want to put this in S because it's such a funny, wild design that it's like
I'm fine with that,
at
honestly.
first, yeah,
I
because it's like
it a lot.
It's one that you see at first. It's like this looks so dumb, but the more you look at it, I'm like, you know what? It kind of has like it has a thing to it that you just I don't know why. It just it grabs you.
Yeah, there's just something about it that it's really nice. And like the fucking spider logo tilted like that, just there's something about it where it's like this suit is trying way too fucking hard. But then it just kind of loops back around to being cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine putting it at low S maybe.
Yeah, put it above the regular Spider-Man.
Yeah,
suit,
fuck
yes.
it. Let's anger someone.
Uh,
That next one I don't really have any thoughts about though.
yeah, this is Kane's Spider-Man. This is Kane's Scarlet
Oh.
Spider suit.
Okay.
Yes.
I only know a little bit about Kane, and I thought he was really boring.
Yeah, Kane didn't really get interesting until like the modern era, like in like the 2010s when he kind of got his
Okay.
own story. Yeah, because like Kane you had like Kane during like the Clone Saga, where he was just kind of very generic, angry, grr, I'm big monster, I
Yeah.
hate Peter, etc., etc. And then in 2010s,
I only know Kane by that weird fucking like vampire looking thing that he had going on when he had like the hair sticking out of his suit and the purple scarf.
yeah, the funniest thing is that just Kane's whole thing is that he just keeps dying and coming back to life. Like,
Oh, great.
I'm pretty sure in since Brand New Day, I think he has died and come back to life 4 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it's just a whole thing, and like there's the period during like the Slot's big time up until present. I feel like has been like the best of Kane because he has, especially like once Ben comes back into play, because he ends up being kind of like the good clone trying to pacify or help Ben in some way, while Ben's just kind of like the crazy one because the writers have no idea what to do with Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't blame him.
yeah.
I mean,
As a costume
I'd
as a
put
whole,
it
I think I'd like
maybe a
high B. I think
low. High B. I'm okay with that.
yeah,
I'm okay with
high
that.
B. And then, so this is a really weird costume. So this costume was worn during the Ben Reilly the Ben Reilly comic book that started right after Clone Conspiracy when he came back to life. So it was a whole thing of like, oh, like he comes back, he gets this suit, which he basically he makes the suit like all on his own. He wears it for like the first 3 issues, and then by the end of the 3rd issue, he steals like the classic Scarlet Spider outfit from a cosplayer, and then he's just regular Scarlet Spider.
Huh.
So it's such a weird, like, I don't really know, like the rumor I guess is that this costume was like, I mean, like, obviously this is like fanboy conspiracy theorist, because the original cover for the first issue had this outfit on, but then in like the official printing he had the classic Scarlet Spider outfit on, even though that was in
Weird.
it's just a weird thing of like I want to know more about like the behind the scenes of this costume more than the actual costume itself interests me, because it feels like an attempt to modernize the Scarlet Spider, but they just kind of felt like they felt like they gave up, and they're like,
Yeah.
it didn't work. So
It definitely feels like hey, we're bringing back the Scarlet Spider, and he's got this cool new outfit, guys. And then it looks very basic. Like, I don't know. It feels uninspired.
I don't, maybe but a D, like either low C or high D. Like I don't want to say it's bad, but I feel like
let's put it in D for now.
yeah. Let's give something a D, just so that they can't say I don't love everything, because I'm always the positive guy who doesn't like to say things are bad.
I'm the same way. I get it.
Yeah, it's like the D is probably going to be very small, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay, here another classic, Bombastic Bagman.
Okay, yeah, the Fantastic Bagman. Yeah, this was given to Peter after Secret Wars, I believe, the original. To let him go home with.
No, this was after he gave away, when he realized the Venom symbiote was like
what am I
bad.
thinking of?
Yeah, he gave when he realized the Venom symbiote was bad, he went to the Fantastic Four, gave them the symbiote.
Oh, that's right.
And then they're like, okay, so I need a suit, so they gave him the Fantastic Four suit, and then
yeah, that's right.
Johnny
what
put
am
the
I
bag.
thinking of?
Although sadly, the game, it doesn't have the kick me sign, which Shattered Dimensions did have. So.
Nice.
That
Yeah. Yeah, that was well, I was right about the Reed Richards connection, but I guess it's kind of hard to not,
because it's
he
the
literally
Big
has a
Four.
Fantastic Four logo. Yeah, I was just mixing up my times that Spider-Man has gone to Mr. Fantastic. What the fuck am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the story when he comes back from Secret Wars and he's like dancing around with this scientist that I want to say was Dr. Connors. I can't remember. Anyways, iconic suit that I got wrong. So therefore it is an S.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, then I want to say here, the Future Foundation.
Do we want to do the Future Foundation? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I really like
it's
this
just
suit.
an awesome suit.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say. I have not read the Future Foundation story because I'm a fake fan.
It is interesting. I mean, like, it's weird because Peter's role in the Future Foundation is very minimal. Like, when you read the story, they make a big deal because they're like, oh, like, Johnny dies, and they're like, oh, Johnny wants Peter to be his kind of replacement in the Fantastic Four. And so you get, like, one storyline in Slot's Big Time where you see, oh, Peter, part of the Fantastic Four, doing stuff. But then in the actual...
Oh, yeah, they put him all over the promotion material for this.
Yeah, but then when you go to the actual Fantastic, like, in the Future Foundation storyline, Peter's just kind of in the corner doing stuff, like... Jonathan Hickman pretty much doesn't really do much with Peter, like when he's with the Fantastic Four, he's just kind of there. So like it is a weird use of him, but it's like there are some cool. Yeah, you get the Snuff and Slot. You have like that issue. They have like the issue when he first joins You have there's the one which doesn't have anything to do with the suit, but there's like the one where it's Peter and Johnny being roommates. That issue's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, I think somewhere in A.
I like this suit. I'd either put it at a low A, mid, or low to high B.
I'm
fine
low A.
with-
There you go. Yeah, it's a really good suit.
Cool. I really like that the parts in his underarm to his hands are a different color, so it's like the bottom of his hand is the black.
Yeah.
I just think that's really cool.
All right. Let's.
All right. Let's see.
Let's pull up
Do we just wanna jump to-
another white suit.
Yeah.
The Anti-Venom suit.
I was so excited to see this suit.
I
think it's really cool.
I was so glad that, like, because that was something I legitimately forgot about until the game did it. That Mr. Negative created Anti-Venom because, like,
yeah, that was something I caught
in the book.
right away. Like, as soon as they're doing this whole struggle with Miles trying to redeem himself with Mr. Negative, I'm like, oh, they're doing the Anti-Venom suit. They have to. I didn't know they do it to Peter.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I thought that they try to save Harry with it, but this works. I like that they have the like the whole reason it exists. There's like a little bit of the symbiote. I want to jump to the fucking absolute carnage story, call it like the Codex or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like that's inspired by it, but I don't think that they're doing the whole Codex thing. But just like going into his mind and then having Mr. Negative fix the fucking symbiote so that he's in control of it was so cool. I love how it looks. I love the glossy look. It feels more like a traditional how you would see the symbiote in other stories, where it doesn't have those like hard and soft spots that I like so much with the normal symbiote suit, but with here it feels kind of earned.
Mm-hmm.
I could gush about this suit for so much longer, but it just the way that they set it up is so cool, and I think it looks great.
Is it better than the regular? So like that's the thing. I'm thinking like it's on one.
I think I'd put it next to it, but maybe lower.
All right, right beside.
Oh, I don't know. It's tough though.
Yeah, they're very close.
I don't want to think about it more because I'll be indecisive.
Yeah, and it's also really funny because I mean, in the comics, Anti-Venom was created by accident. It was literally just
Mr. Negative is just like, oh, good to see you, Eddie, and then just fucking blows up his bloodstream.
Eddie's like, I'm dying of cancer. And he's like, okay, I'll
you
heal
fixed
you.
me.
Oops.
Thank you. I should have come to feast sooner.
All right, let's go with.
Let's see.
Let's go with good old Miguel.
Okay. The suit's awesome. I love how reflective it looks. There's probably a better term for that. That's just the first one that comes to mind.
I didn't realize until just now because I was always the thing of like in Across the Spider-Verse of like, oh, Miguel has the big angry skull on his chest. Of course he's the bad guy. But it's like, oh, Miguel always had it. Oops.
Yeah, in some stories, the skull had like multiple eyes to be like a spider. So it's less obvious that it's a skull. They made it really obvious with the Spider-Verse suit that it's a fucking skull. Mm-hmm. But I want to say that's always been there. Let me see. Yeah, if you look at the original, like very first publication of Spider-Man 2099, the skull is there. Which is fair because they wanted to sell him as a sort of anti-hero that isn't afraid to kill and will accidentally kill sometimes.
Yeah.
The first fucking Spider-Man 2099 story I read was one where like he just accidentally slashes a dude's throat with his finger blades, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm so sorry," and then this dude's just bleeding out.
Yeah, I haven't read too much classic 2099. Most of it has just been the modern stuff. So I also got to.
That's fair. I really need to do that more. I have this issue where I'm like, I want to see how it starts, so I start at the very beginning, and so as a result, I'm not caught up on a lot of newer shit.
I think it's also just because I mean the 90s comics in general. I'm just a blur of anything because there's just so much there, and it's just like a mess. Like,
yeah.
I like just a random aside. I picked up recently a couple issues of Untold Tales of Spider-Man. A really good series, and inside of it, there's like a little advertisement of, here's all the Spider-Man comics that are currently being published, and there's like literally 10 of them. It's like Amazing Spider-Man, which is like, because this was during the Clone Saga, so it was like the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Ben Riley, Scarlet Spider, the Sling with the Slingers, there was a Peter Parker book. There was a Venom book. There was the 2099 Untold Tales of Spider-Man. There's like, it's like crazy. I'm like, people complain nowadays, but I'm like, look at this shit.
Yeah.
All right,
Dude,
yeah.
people, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been really funny seeing the average. Hi.
Sorry, I'm just seeing if I can find the real.
Oh, okay. My sister just poked her head
All
into
good.
my little office space. It's been funny seeing the average, like, not Spider-Man, but just like comic book movie fan, experiencing what it's like to be a fan of comic books, where there's like 50 different versions of the same character going around at the same time. And so, like, I'll see people complain, like, is there too many Batman movies? And I'm like, oh, you're new here. And, like, I get it. I'm not trying to, like, downplay their complaints. But it's like, it's just funny seeing the medium like that.
Yeah, so
So anyway, the suit.
regular suit, I think A or B would be a good spot.
I'd say a low A.
Yeah, you know what? The white one, because this is
And then I have less thoughts about this one.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the Parker Industries suit that he wore when there was a period of time where Miguel got like stuck in modern day 616. So like during this storyline, he's like working for Parker Industries, and Peter like makes him this new suit to wear. And yeah, it's
okay.
It's okay. I mean, it feels like they're like, we want to make a new 2099. It's not as bad as the Ben Reilly one, but it feels like we want to make a new 2099 suit, but they kind of feel like, I would put it in C, but not like, I wouldn't put it like, I would put it low C.
Okay.
I don't really have a,
I'm good with that. I was going to say a high D.
Oh,
but
even redeemed hydrate, take a spider sip. Okay.
Spider sip. Whoa, that is a loud sip.
Slurp. Yeah, I just do it right into the camera. Right into the camera. Yes, right into the camera.
Same thing.
All right.
All right, where are we going?
Let's do some more miles. Let's go for you know what? Winter outfit. Because this is technically Peter's outfit, which is why I put it in others. I mean, it's literally it's a Spider-Man outfit, but it has a scarf and a hat and things, and I just think that's funny.
Yeah, I have no thoughts. Low
A.
B, high.
I say low
C.
A because I think
Okay.
because I love it, because it literally is just the outfit plus scarf, and I love scarves, so I feel like that gets a lot of points right there.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Let's pull up. Is this? Yep. Bodega Cat.
Oh, I used this outfit so much.
Honestly,
I love that the cat just jumps out of it sometimes.
controversial opinion. S, top of
You know
S.
what? I agree.
The best
I agree.
because of it's because of Spider Cat. Like the outfit, like the thing itself is like would be A or B, but Spider Cat makes him number one.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
And the fact that he's a suit that has like an extra level of you want to wear it because you get to see the cat do the special moves, and it's like that you want to always wear it, so that alone makes it worthy of being an S rank. All right, let me grab another Miles. Where did I? Actually, I'm almost done with the comic Miles. So let me pull up the rest of the comic Miles and just get that done with.
Okay.
So this
that's his early like hand-me-down suit, right?
Yeah. This is the early suit that he wore at the beginning of Ultimate Spider-Man, and then this is the one that he wore at the beginning of the Miles Morales game.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it literally is just it's just Peter's suit, but like slightly baggier. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it has some cool story to it. Early training suit. He's clearly trying to live up to being like Peter. I think that's symbolized well with this suit. The suit itself, though, I think is just okay.
I think a B somewhere, maybe like low B. I think that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And then Yeah, and then this one, which is
I
with the-
never fucking. If this was a suit you could use, had no idea.
yeah, because this is the suit that because I mean the ESU
It
suit
appears in the end.
yeah
right.
yeah this is the suit at the very end of the DLC when like
Yeah.
Peter's like training Miles and he has the mask and he's wearing that ESU suit, so it has a cool like Easter egg to it, and like Miles has worn that ESU suit in the comics, so it is technically a comic costume. But yeah, it is. It's more so just kind of like a fun Easter egg of, oh, technically Miles looked like this in the game, and now you can wear it. But yeah, as its own, it's like, oh, it's pretty like, I'd say a high C, because it's like there's nothing really wrong with the suit. It's just kind of
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm good with that.
there. And now here we have classic Miles Morales suit.
Ultimate Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man suit. Very good. I feel like it's a suit that I remember more fondly than I think it actually is, because I'm just so used to the Spider-Verse suit for him that I'm like, oh wow, this suit's really busy compared to that one, but it's still a good suit. I like the big red like plastic that's wrapped over it. I don't know the right term for that.
Yeah, I get that.
I'd say it's fine. What do you think?
Honestly,
High B?
I was thinking put it right beside, because this is like it is like Miles' iconic suit, like just
Yeah.
like Peter's like iconic. I almost kind of want to put it just right beside
Okay.
Peter, because it's like, yeah, it is like it is.
I do feel like it needs to be above the hat and scarf of the same outfit. So that's fair.
yeah.
Which is to the right of it.
But yeah, because it is like, yeah, it is literally like Miles' classic suit. It is iconic for a reason. It's like, yeah, there are other suits, there are other versions of that suit that might do it a little better. Like there are some for like amazing, but it's like, yeah, I think that it should be like rewarded in a way, whatever, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Let me
Some bonus points.
Let me do another classic Spider-Man
All right.
Noir.
Original Spider-Man Noir. I don't have too much of a connection with this. I didn't know what Spider-Man Noir was until, what was it, Web of Shadows?
Shattered Dimensions. Yeah,
Shattered Dimensions.
That was
yeah.
my introduction to Noir too.
Other than that, I really don't know too much about him. But he was cool in Spider-Verse, but this isn't that one.
Yeah.
This suit's really cool, though. I like it. I like the vest over the clothed jacket sort of look. I don't know. Maybe a high C, low B.
Yeah, I think it'd be, yeah, because I think yeah, because I believe Noir pretty much was only in, like, he had a miniseries before that, and then he was in Shattered Dimensions, and that game single-handedly kind of carried him to like letting people know, like, oh, this is who he is, because yeah, Miguel had a lot of stuff, obviously amazing and Ultimate,
Yeah.
so yeah, Shattered Dimensions carried Noir, so he was able to appear in other stuff, and then
Yeah, Noir was a mini series of individual characters getting their own like noir detective sort of deal. Like there was an Iron Man Noir, there was a fucking Wolverine Noir.
yeah.
So this is the only one that really survived that. No one talks about any of the other ones.
Yeah, and it was pretty much after. Yeah, it was after that, and then plus Spider-Verse that like really
Yeah, Spider-Verse put him on the map.
Made people be like, okay, yeah, we want to see more Noir, because I think because Spider-Geddon. I think Spider-Geddon came out around the same time Into the Spider-Verse came out, and that story literally killed Spider-Man Noir, and then he came
Really?
back, and then he came back like a few like Spider events later. So
Wow.
and then he got like his own.
Okay.
Then he got a couple other his own series too. So yeah.
Huh.
Okay, in terms
Weird.
of outfits, I don't really care about the electrically insulated suit. This was from.
I don't care.
Yeah, Again, this is another '90s suit. Yeah, I feel like the '90s were like whenever they tried giving, yeah, like with the armored one. I'm like, yeah, I don't. You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll put it in D, because I just don't care about it. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm neutral about it. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just it feels weird. Look, there are better armored electrically insulated Spider-Man suits out there.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say. It's just okay.
Now, in terms of good '90s Spider-Man suits, kind of like this
Cyborg
one.
Spider-Man.
I like Cyborg Spider-Man because
Yeah.
it is just kind of ridiculous in a fun way.
Yeah. It's silly. It's good fun. I'd put it as like a high B maybe.
Yeah, somewhere in B. You know what? Yeah, a little above right there. The gatekeeper.
Sure.
Right there.
Yeah, that's fine.
That this one I always keep forgetting because I know
I don't know
that
what the fuck this one
I know
is.
the suit exists, but I always forget how it looks like. So this is the Secret War suit, not the Secret Wars suit, the Secret War, because there was a
Secret War singular.
yeah, because there was a storyline. This is one of Bendis's early storylines where it was about like, oh, Nick Fury got a team of heroes together to basically infiltrate like another country to pull up a mission, and then he wiped their memories. But then they get their memories back, and they're pissed. And like that's basically the story. It's like, oh, Nick Fury gets a bunch of
Weird.
heroes to do a mission for him. They forget about it. They remember, and they're pissed.
I think the suit looks kind of weird. It looks like the blue parts are literally just worn as like an apron over the fucking rest of the suit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. D tier for me.
I wouldn't say D tier. I would probably put like a low C. I think would be good.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but I care for it a bit more than that one, so I'll do that.
Okay.
Let's go. Let me pull up the other Spider Mechs.
Iron Spider.
Yeah, so there's the.
Come on, that one's amazing.
So okay, here's all right. This is a controversial opinion for me. I don't care about the classic Iron Spider.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, they're good. I again, like I think it's good that I have these controversial opinions because it means I don't like
that's okay.
everything. So it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Then we gotta balance it out by putting it right in the middle next to Naked Spider.
all right, yeah. So first we could talk about it a bit of being all like, yeah, this is obviously the Civil War Iron Spider suit.
Yeah,
it's
original Civil War Iron Spider suit.
Like it obviously it's like, it looks it has that very Iron Man aesthetic.
Yeah, it's meant to be symbolic of how Iron Man has swayed him so much into ruining his fucking life. And I don't know, I just think it looks really cool.
Yeah, maybe it's because of like, oh, it has like the whole like, yeah, the
I'll be real, I don't care for how it looks in the original comics all too much, just because it's all very cloth-y.
Yes.
But I like this take on it, where it looks more like an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, the game is definitely a better version of it. I feel like the comic has like, yeah, it has the baggage of the Civil War story itself on it, and then it has the way it's drawn. I think it makes me feel like, oh, I think it's because it's a weird thing where it's like the story they kind of like they obviously they're like, oh, we don't want you to like it at the end because it's obviously the symbolic thing, but I feel like it's also, but also like Venom, you're not supposed to like it as a suit, but we still love it, so
True.
It's obviously different. I know it did come back during Slott's worldwide, like the worldwide arc where MJ puts on the suit in order to fight a villain for one issue. So I think that's the only other time this specific suit came back in the comics. But yeah, I think to balance it out, besides the like, I would probably put it around C. Would you put it in like A or S?
I would have said S.
Right,
so I'm fine with
to balance it out. We put it
balancing it out.
above the middle. So yeah,
compromise.
that's a good compromise. Then let's.
All right. Well, on the topic of Iron Spider, do you just want to grab the movie suit?
Well, do we want to do all the movies together, or do we want to split them up? Because I think it would be fun to do all.
Fair point.
Especially because you have all of the MCU ones. I think that would be a fun thing.
All
to
right.
do
Yeah.
in a row.
You're right. You're right.
Let's do. Let's just do all the movies now.
Okay.
All right. So
Original Raimi.
S. S. Yeah, I think.
No discussion. Just
But where in S?
I'd put it at the top of S.
Even better than Cat?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Because this guy goes, nice costume, Muscle Man. Did your wife make it for you? So, I mean, it's kind of fucked up.
It is this. I mean, this is iconic. This is iconic. Like
that one is the reason we have most of these to begin with.
Like, Halloween 2002. Everybody,
I had an outfit.
I had it. Like we had a Halloween party. Like I don't know where the picture, but there was a Halloween party that we had. Like and then like the pictures and like me, all the cousins and friends that were there. All of us were Spider-Man, and it's this, and it's like Yeah, it's just they modernize the suit in such a way that it's like it just look you see it and you're like yes they take it but they do something new with it and it's like yeah it's
I love the protruding webbing. I love the sharpness of the eyes. It's just such a good suit.
yeah. I see A saying yeah it's this might have gone A or B, the silver web lines and stern eyes they keep on. Yeah, the eyes are kind of a weird thing, but it's like, again, like those eyes still they have an iconicness to it of just the
Yeah,
angriness. Like he looks mad.
In fucking Far From Home, every time I'm able to tell which one is Toby, not just because of the outfit, but because like the eyes are just so distinct.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the symbiote variant, I don't care as much about.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, like when I was playing the game, I like as like symbiote Peter, I would always keep switching to this guy because it's it's like you gotta go with that classic black. So like honestly, I mean, I would probably put it right beside it just because I feel like it is that iconic suit, but now in black, so it's really cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care for how bright the webbing is.
I get that,
but I mean,
I think
yeah, sure, right about there is fine.
I think that's a good thing. Yeah, underneath the regular symbiote suit.
Yeah,
I think that's a good. Yep. Now the interesting, the OG amazing suit.
It's so lame. It looks like a basketball. I don't care. I don't like the yellow eyes. I don't like how wet the suit looks all the time. It's too busy. I don't like the segmented spider logo. There's just so much I don't like about the suit.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't put it as the worst, but I would put it in B. It's just I think especially the eye, the yellow eyes, I feel are the weirdest part of it. I'm just like, I don't know, like why is that? Is there? I don't even think there's a reason in the movie why he needs that.
No, it's just here's a different looking suit that just looks like a wet basketball. Meanwhile, the Amazing 2 suit is fucking amazing.
S.
No pun intended.
Yeah, S. I mean,
yeah, S. I personally put it above the Toby suit, but I'm fine putting it under.
I'll do that because I agree. I think
that it is the best live action Spider-Man suit. Period. Yeah. Too bad the movies were shit, but whatever.
Well, every time Peter or every time Spider-Man is on screen in Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's amazing. Like just if you take a supercut of all the scenes in Amazing Spider-Man 2 where Spider-Man is on screen, that it's like amazing. Like you have like the whole like the montage where he's doing Spider-Man things, like when he's helping the kid, like the scene. Yeah. The scene when he defeats Electro by shooting the fire from like the water,
fire hose,
the water
from
the fire hose, and he has
a
the fire helmet on, and then he just high fives everyone's like like that's Spider-Man. It's such a good moment, yeah.
Literally, my only problem with that is the opening scene with the Rhino before he's Rhino, is like, all right, Spider-Man, he's literally crashing into people. You should be saving him. But that's like my only complaint about like Spider-Man himself in that movie.
Yeah, and then of course they took the suit wholesale in Far From Home. In No Way Home because they knew
they didn't even change it at all. I mean, they didn't do that with Toby's either, but like it's such a good suit.
Yeah, like I mean, this one was iconic. Like they literally, I mean, that is his only suit. So
the Toby suit is iconic. This Spectacular 2 suit is just incredible. I was about to say amazing again.
Amazing. Yeah, well, it's besides spectacular, so that's why.
Yeah.
Now,
all right. Now we got the Tom Holland homemade suit.
The 8 MCU suits.
Yeah. I really like the homemade suit. I know that the circle eyes are a little divisive for some people, but I actually really like them.
Yeah, I think this probably work. I think this is the best. To me, the best homemade suit, like of like the prototype. This is supposed to be like the OG before he gets it together. I think this looks the best of all the homemade suits.
It's the best homemade suit. It's simple. I can totally believe a high schooler made this. And then just because I like the explanation of why he needs his eyes to squint. It's so like he could just focus his senses better. It's literally a fucking passing line in Civil War. Or I think it was either Civil War or Homecoming. I can't remember. And I'm just like, oh, that makes perfect sense with the fucking like these original, like they look like camera apertures, which of course he'd fucking have.
I think they even are supposed to be. I think they are supposed to be. Yeah, they are supposed to be like cam because since he took it off of junk and stuff, I'm pretty sure those are cameras.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah, it's the best homemade suit, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I think somewhere in A.
Yeah, I'd say,
Maybe a
yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
right there,
I was
above
gonna
the
say
thing,
either
yeah.
above or below Miguel.
Miguel,
I almost
yeah.
combined that and said
Miguel.
Miguel.
And then we got
Um,
the Stark, or I think in the original.
I love all these suits.
In number two,
Sorry.
in number two, what do they call it? They called it the
I
upgraded
think they just
class-
called it the Stark suit.
In the first game, it's the Stark suit. In the second game, it's called the upgraded classic suit. But yeah,
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
this is I really like this suit. I think this is a
Yeah,
good.
I love the black
yeah.
highlights. That's a bit of an oxymoron, but whatever. No, really solid suit. I don't like how small the spider logo is, but I think the rest of it makes up for it.
Yeah, I like the design of the spider logo, but yeah, it's like it could have been bigger.
Yeah.
I think somewhere in A.
Mid A. Yeah,
Put it right there. I think that's good.
sure, I'm good with that.
And then
Iron
this-
Spider, another one I really love.
I would put this in S. This honestly, I think this
Yeah.
is my all-time favorite alternate Spider-Man suit.
I think I agree.
yeah, like-
I used this for the most of my first playthrough in Spider-Man 1.
Exact. Yep. Same here. Like, there's a reason why your main move in Spider-Man 2 is the arms from this suit specifically. Like again, I think even Kevin was like, oh, they have like data in the game to see which move sets each people like used, and I assume that the Iron Spider's like.
Because the arms were so good.
Yeah.
And they were so cool.
And so they're like, okay, we'll make that the only one in the game. I'm like, I'm okay with that. That was the only one I used.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think that this is also why like I don't care as much for the Civil War Iron Spider, because I think this is just
Totally
a far
fair.
superior. Because yeah, this feels less like a Iron Man Spider-Man suit and more like an actual Iron Spider-Man suit. And that's, I think that's why
I
it's so
agree.
cool.
I think it's better than the comic version for sure.
I
I'm
would
fine
put
putting
it
this in S tier.
right there below the movie ones. I think
Cool.
that's a good
I'm
one.
good with that.
Then next we have the Night Monkey, or I think it's called the
Night
stealth-
Monkey.
stealth suit.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's probably my least favorite of the live action suits, or for the Tom Holland
Yeah,
suits.
I think it's good for like story reasoning, but yeah, as a suit itself, it's like it's whatever. He's in a
It
in a
has
black
its
suit.
reasonings. I liked that the eyes flip up. And that's all I really got.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of looks like a weird cosplay.
I think a high C is fine. Yeah,
Oh, I could use a high C.
high C.
Orange flavor.
And then we got the
this is
upgraded
the-
suit. This is the Far From Home
Yeah,
suit.
this is from Far From Home when it's not turned inside out. I think it was. Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
getting the
this
names
is
mixed
the
up.
one
I was
he
about
ma-
to say
yeah,
No Way Home.
This is the one he makes at the very end, like at the end of Far
Yeah.
From Home, when he's when he
goes to
thing
face
with Happy.
Mysterio on the
when he's in the
bridge,
thing with Happy. I honestly I think I like this more than the Stark suit, because it is the Stark suit, but it has the blacks and a bigger
Bigger,
thing chest.
spider
And I think the
logo,
blacks
yeah.
look better on this suit.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I'll put it right beside.
Literally, I think I'd like it more if it had blue on it, like if all the black was replaced with blue, but just the overall design of it, like the highlights, just look way cooler.
A's like some point Stefan and Trav should do a video going through the Marvel movies.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that. I'm like the only person I know that's still keeping up with Marvel.
Yeah, honestly, like I think pretty much, I think I've only seen half of the post Endgame stuff, so it's like there's a lot that I've been like, I just want to binge through it all and then talk about it. So I'm like, yeah, that would be a good idea. I have someone that I can.
I'm way more apologetic to new Marvel shit. Like I see a bunch of people hating on Thor: Love and Thunder, which I thought was an amazing movie. I really liked Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also like, there's a lot of it I missed, so I feel like I can't quote unquote reasonably do a lot of defending until I've actually seen everything. But like everything I've seen, I'm like, I haven't seen any, but like I loved Doctor Strange 2. I think Moon Knight is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Ms.
Oh,
Marvel.
Moon Knight was really good. Yeah.
Guardians 3 made me cry. So it's like, yeah, it's like I don't really have as many problems as people have. Like I think obviously just there's oversaturation, a bit too much at once.
100%.
But I don't think there's anything
I
terrible.
totally understand it when a friend of mine is like, I'm just tired of Marvel. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Because I grew up with a big-ass collection of books from family members. So, like, the movies aren't overwhelming me nearly as much as the comics did. So I'm just like, oh, I'm used to this feeling.
Yeah, especially because like with me, I'm like, oh, I can shut my brain off in the sense of, oh, if there's like I haven't seen She-Hulk yet, so I'm like, oh, I don't have any opinion of it, and I don't care whether it's good or bad yet because I haven't seen it. I don't care. What is it? I haven't seen Secret Invasion yet, so I'm like, oh, I can easily shut my brain off and be like, I don't need to care about this until I decide to watch it because I don't care about things that I don't care about.
That's fair.
That's pretty much my opinion. All right, let's go to the
welcome to the watch together, fellas.
Yes, the black and gold suit. Though, yeah, I completely forgot that this suit because I knew about like, oh, this is the suit that he has the magic when he's fighting Sandman, when he's fighting the Sandman Electro. But I completely forgot until like a recent rewatch of, oh, yeah, this is the suit he turned it inside out.
It's literally just the other suit turned inside out. I think it's cool. Yeah. I like all the wires that jut out of it. Total fucking safety hazard, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I like this. I think
I'd say B maybe
somewhere like a high B. Yeah, put it right
high
there.
B.
This
suit I think is like a perfect in between for the Iron Spider and the Stark suit.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this suit.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like, well, yeah, what my opinion of this suit is because I'm like, do I like the shining gold on it? And I was like, I think it works.
I do.
Yeah.
I understand though.
I think it
works.
Not
your cup of tea.
I think it works in the context of like the scene of like when you have the three. I think this complements the other two spiders very well. But I feel like if this was his suit like going forward, I'd be all like, I feel like it's a bit too shiny.
A little too busy. Yeah.
I think a low.
Low A.
I'll put it underneath I'll have him be the gatekeeper of that.
Okay.
And then we got.
And then finally,
everybody's favorite suit.
Yeah. Well, it's just such a good suit. I love that they finally have the reflective whatever for the blue parts. Just like it looks like it belongs in an old comic book page with how reflective the blue is.
I forget. In the movie, did he have the? Because I thought I remember. Did he have the web wings in the movie or no?
I don't remember. I think he did.
Yeah, because I thought I remember seeing people be like, "Oh, look, he even has the web wings in this." But now I'm a blank. I know he doesn't have the web wings in the game because the web wings are obviously like their own separate ability.
Yeah.
10 elements. This is the
Ellie's asking.
Yeah. This is the suit that Peter made at the very very end of No Way Home, like the last minute that he wears.
Yeah.
It's like
when he's running through the snow at the end of the movie, this is his homemade suit.
Yeah, which you barely see it in the movie, but then they released like a figure of it like shortly after the movie came out, and then you see it all in its glory.
And I love that the spider logo is kind of like a combination of all three of the live action Spider-Man logos. It's so good. I'd probably put this personally. I'd put this in S. I'd say compromise that with wherever you think it would go.
Yeah, I would say I feel like because we literally like again I was about to say we barely saw it in the movie, but this is also a quote unquote game tier list, and we get to see it clearly in the game. So
it was in the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we can see it like in full force in the game,
and I think it's pretty good in the game.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I was originally going to be all like, oh, but this is a game tier list, and we can see the whole suit in the game. So I'm like, I feel like it being on screen for less than a minute, it like shouldn't be a quote unquote factor.
Yeah, that's not really a factor.
So like, yeah, right there, I say I like Iron Spider a bit more, but yeah.
Okay.
And then we got
into the Spider. We got Peter B.
Although I think this is supposed to be Peter A, because I mean,
yeah,
I'm mad that they don't have the if they had the sweatpants, I would put it in S, but
yeah, I'm fine with that. Otherwise, I mean, it's a good suit. This angle of this picture is not very charming. His head looks way too small.
Yeah, his body,
like, what is wrong with his like ribs? But whatever. Like, it's a great suit in game. I'd say
somewhere in A. I think.
Yeah, high A probably.
I'll put it where beside the where better than Homecoming, or you know what, another icebreaker. There we go.
Yeah, sure. Split them up.
We got all hail buckets.
Hey, Nico. Up. Not the Nico I live with, but also hi, Nico.
Oh, it's funny that you showed up here because literally the next guy that's here. It's him.
The Foreskin brother.
The Foreskin brother. Let's go. I think S. I think this is
a great outfit.
I think this is an amazing design.
Absolutely, it's the the only Peter outfit, in my opinion, that could pull off a hat like that.
I think somewhere in S. I think bottom of S. I think is a good spot to put it in.
Yeah, I think that's a good gatekeeper.
Should we get the other? Yeah, we should get the other foreskin brother.
There you go. Yeah, put
Here
them
we
next
go,
to each
the
other.
Game original. Yeah, I really like this suit just because I think the dapper outfit and the fedora. I mean, like I love fedoras.
I wore
so-
this for like the rest of the game with Miles, as long as it let me. Oh, actually, that's not true. I did switch to the Wolverine outfit afterwards. But this one's still really good.
Yeah, I think I'm cool with putting them beside each other.
Where they belong.
And since you mentioned it, let's pull up old Wolvie.
Yeah. So the main outfit itself, I don't care for the red. I like the variant
That's yellow,
that makes them
yes.
more Wolverine colors. This I actually know a bit of. This was from a what if Miles Morales became Wolverine sort of thing.
Yes, that's right.
I don't know much about the story, but I don't care for the red Wolverine design. But I like the shape of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I've read it. It's been a bit since I read it. I forget I know it was like I forget the context exactly, but it was basically like it was Miles was in it was funny because it was like 4 issues of like what if Miles was like a different character. And
Yeah,
it
because
just
they did one for Thor, which was really bad.
Yeah, and then but like every one was like basically being like it was putting Miles and Jefferson in like different roles. So it was like I think Jefferson was the Sabretooth in the Wolverine story. It just it was honestly it was more so funnier to see how did they use Prowler in those stories was always the funny way because it always felt like they had to kind of like stretch in order to get him to find a way to put him in there. Oh no, I said Jefferson. I meant Aaron Davis. Aaron Davis was the Prowler. It was Sabretooth in that story.
I knew what you meant, and I didn't even notice.
But yeah, no, yeah. Whenever I played this, I changed to yellow so it could be actual Wolverine because it works in the game as a little Easter egg cameo because you're like, we know what's coming next.
Yep.
But yeah, since we're judging, I didn't want to like judge every single alternate color because that would be like it wouldn't be worth it. So like the yellow version, I would probably put at a high A. Red.
Otherwise, I'd say
yeah,
mid B.
somewhere in B. Yeah, I feel like that works.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Let's see. Let's finish up comics, Peter.
Okay.
This is the Fear Itself suit.
Fear.
I have Fear
Let me look
Itself.
that up.
I have Fear Itself. I've never read it for whatever. I know the whole story is that it's like everybody, like a whole bunch of people, a bunch of heroes get like special power, like get like basically their own kind of like special Asgard powers, and they kind of like use it to fight. Like they use it like to fight other things. It is weird. Like they basically all the heroes get like these weird special powers that are related to Asgard stuff.
That does sound like it would be like a very toyetic sort of event where it's like, hey, here's a bunch of new designs we could sell as toys now.
Although this was like 2010. This is the 2010s, so this wasn't really the era where they were making. Yeah, like it's like that was in like the
That's
80s
fair.
and 90s of like Secret Wars and stuff like that. Well, 2010s they more so just kind of like designed whatever suit they felt like, oh, this would be a fun thing. I know they did obviously make figures for it, but yeah,
Sure.
I'd put it in.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, somewhere in C.
I don't really like using it in game too much because the glowing lights are a little distracting.
Put it with the other blue. Put it with the other blue guys.
Sure, yeah, fuck it.
And then
We hate the color
yeah,
blue.
Oh well, let's get this one. I believe this one is called the new blue suit. This was the suit that when the Fantastic Four came back after Secret Wars, there was like a little story where Peter and Wolverine showed up to help the Fantastic Four, and they both got these like kind of bluish suit, like blue Fantastic Four suits. So yeah, this is basically like another Fantastic Four Spider-Man suit.
Okay. I mean, it's all right. It's kind of uninspired. It's just blue.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
better
Mid-C.
than these suits. I will say that. Yeah. Then we got.
Then what's up with that green one? I never looked
Oh,
into this.
this is the stealth suit. The stealth big time suit. This was a suit, yeah, the during the beginning of Slot's big time run, where like Peter used Horizon Labs in order to create. He created this like special Spider-Man suit that let him like use reflective lighting that allowed him to basically be invisible. Like he could like use, he could like allow him to like. I think it's a like obviously I think when it looks like this, like with the green, it kind of looks like it looks kind of weird, but like the way it works in the story, I've always really liked.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and I'm seeing screenshots of it in like a whole bunch of different colors. So that's kind of neat. I mean, in game, you know that like really gritty Looney Tunes reboot?
Yeah, Lunatics Unleashed.
It reminds me of that.
I'd say put it. I'll put it in B. It's like I kind of like it.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Then next is.
And then that is the.
This is the Spider Armor Mark II, the No One Dies suit.
Okay.
Yeah, because during like no one like there was the story like No One Dies, where basically Peter kind of has like a crisis of faith after too many people die, and he said, "That's it, no one dies anymore." And so he creates this suit in order to fight. I forget who the villain was, but basically there's like a psychopath villain who's like about to kill a whole bunch of people, and he like creates a suit specifically in order to take him down.
Huh.
So it's kind
sounds
of
a lot like the Antioch suit. Mm-hmm. Just in that regard.
Yeah, kind of. It's an interesting. I feel
it also
like,
kind of looks like it.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting kind of idea. Like this is kind of like not a dark Pete. Like this is kind of like the mix between like
more
dark
serious.
Peter of like this is where he's like he's doing good stuff, but he's kind of like he means business in this one. I think this is like a cool like the black and the black and the yellows. Yeah, I think putting it somewhere in
the black and yellow made me think of the Aaron Davis Iron Spider suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think somewhere in B. Yeah, I'll put it beside the stealth. I think they're both pretty interchangeable.
Okay.
This one, the Spider Armor Mark III, the Ends of the Earth suit. I really like this one. I think this is a really good.
This one's fucking cool.
Yeah,
I like this a lot.
Yeah, the suit where Peter. Yeah, because this is another suit where Peter is just like he's like, I've had it up to here. Shit is real. I'm using all the resources I have at my disposal, and I'm gonna take you down. I think this is really. I mean, the Ends of the Earth is a really cool story, and I think this is a really good suit for that.
Yeah, I'd say high B, low A, maybe.
Where did I put the other? Yeah, I'll put it there for now. Then we got the Superior Spider-Man suit.
I'm mixed on this one. I don't care for how it was translated to in the game. I think it looks great in the comics, but there's something about it that I don't care for here.
I prefer the one that has the bulging eyes. I think that's the better Superior suit.
I don't like how flat the eyes feel.
I love the alternate color that makes it the Superior Octopus. Like I played that all the time. Like I think that would probably be like a high A for me, the Superior Octopus suit. But the Superior Spider-Man, I think somewhere in again the middle B's.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'll put underneath Arachnite. I think that's fine. Then we got this is the worldwide. I believe the Spider Armor Mark IV, the worldwide.
Yeah,
the Parker Industries
I like this
suit.
one.
I really like this one. Yeah.
The spider logo is both weird and also I like it. I don't know. It gives me mixed feelings, but in a good way. Other than that, I mean, low A, high B.
Yeah, I think I kind of like I like it a bit more how it looks in the comics because I feel like honestly I kept forgetting that this was supposed to be the all new all different the Parker Industries design because it kind of doesn't have like you have to kind of look at it like at first, especially in the first game. It like in the second game it looks more clearly like it's supposed to be that because it doesn't have that like the weird the first game doesn't have the reflection that the second one has. So
yeah, because the art in the comic, if I recall. Maybe it's just the covers I'm thinking of, but it had this like hand-painted look to it that just they knew what they were doing with that art style.
Yeah, A said that
and it complemented the suit really well.
The Alex Ross cover is complemented very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that because it was basically like a comic. It was a comic version of the movie Iron Spider. So that's why I think I will put it. There we go. That's good. High A. There we go. Well, mid A I think is good. Yeah, because all these ones and I think that works the best. And
cool.
then we got Oh, this was one I keep forgetting about. This is the dark suit. There was
You get this from the Black Cat quest, right?
I think so. I know this.
Okay.
I believe this suit. There was a storyline where like Peter was like infiltrating something. This is a suit that he wore when he was infiltrating something. And then I know in Spider-Man Deadpool there was like in the story there's a story where basically Peter becomes dark because Deadpool kills him, but then he comes back, but his brain got fucked up by Mephisto, so he's like oh no, he's like Peter's like, oh, I want to kill like this guy, and so he puts on like a black he basically wears a variation of this suit during that story. And it's like, yeah, I feel like I think it's just it's one of them like I kind of have like a neutral opinion on. I don't really feel too I don't have one feeling over the other for it.
I'd say a high C, maybe.
Yeah, I like that a bit more. So yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Let me delete a couple because these are no longer necessary.
Sounds good. Are you okay holding off for like 5 minutes? I need to go use the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I'll be back real fast. I
go
promise I pee fast.
Go do that speed run.
Keep them entertained.
All right. Got any? I'm not good with entertaining. Got any questions? Let's see. We got. I think I think that's a little halfway done, but also I don't think we're not gonna have a lot of opinions for the rest of the game ones. So I think those are gonna go by pretty fast. So yeah, I won't be surprised if we got like I think we'll be done about half an hour. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if this again goes past 2 hours. Your favorite recurring outfits? I mean like these ones. Do another Miles. Okay, I'll pull up the Miles variants. Do that next. All right, I won't tell him. It'll be our little secret. Shh. Piss. Oh yeah, the blue Fantastic Four the blue Fantastic Four design. It's like, oh yeah, it's all right. Like it's a weird thing where like sometimes I look at it and be like, oh, I kind of like that, and then sometimes I look at it and I'm like, that's all right. I feel like the white, like the Future Foundation one, I think has a cooler look to it. Or also Bombastic Bagman, which is literally just the Fantastic Four suit. Although it's funny you say that because I'm pretty sure Miles and Peter have basically the exact same amount of game original costumes. It's just the fact that Miles has a lot of Miles's costumes are other variants that he has worn, like that variants of Miles, not classic game Miles has worn, and then there's a bunch of them that are other characters that aren't Miles. Your favorite Spider-Man cartoon, not Spectacular. I mean, I feel like 90s Spider-Man is pretty much the only other answer because it's like, I mean, 60s Spider-Man is funny, but not really great. The 80s Spider-Man series and Spidey's Amazing Friends aren't really that great overall. I don't really care as much for the 03 series, and then Unlimited. Ultimate is a mess. Marvel's Spider-Man is also kind of a mess. And I'm not a child, so I didn't watch Disney Junior Spidey and His Amazing Friends. So yeah, it's pretty much just Spectacular Sweep, and then the 90s right beside, right, just barely underneath it for Spider-Man cartoons. Spider-Man freshman year, I'm hoping is really good because that I feel like that looks like it has the potential to be really fun. So I'm hoping freshman year is good. Did they change the title for freshman year? Because I thought I remember hearing something that they changed the title because it was going to be freshman year and senior year, but then that whole production got mucked over by the Disney move arounds. So I think they restarted production on that. So freshman year might have gotten changed. The title of them might have gotten changed. I can't remember. It's now Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Got it. The best thing about Marvel's Spider-Man is that Robbie Damon plays Peter in that, and during the Superior Spider-Man storyline when Otto takes over, because Otto is played by Scott Menville, Robin from Teen Titans in that series. So Robbie Damon doing a Scott Menville impression is basically just a catchy, and I think that's really funny hearing that voice in that. So it's like, oh yeah, we're just watching Marvel Spider-Man just for those Superior episodes. That's like the most enjoying part of it.
But dude, they're bringing back Charlie Cox, Daredevil in Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood.
Let's he's back in everything now.
I know, and it's so good. I love it.
I mean, it's like at this point, they know, like they know everybody loves the Daredevil, so it's like we're gonna put Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio and everything, especially because they want to do it. Everybody wants to see them do it, so they're just like, yeah, fuck it, let's just embrace it.
He's awesome. I don't care.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
They
what
suggested we're doing the other Miles variants next. So
okay. The Ultimate cringe.
Ultimate yeah. It's weird. I mean, like, it's kind of funny seeing the animated style, but I'm also like, I don't know how to feel about it.
From what I know, it was one of the first appearances of Miles outside of the comics.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true. I just remember hearing that.
It was one of the, I forget what year it was, but yeah, this is, I think, the first time, and he was voiced by Donald Glover in his first appearance.
Okay, that's pretty awesome, though. Although, that wins a couple points for me.
Although this is also technically Kid Arachnid, so that loses some points too.
God, I forgot about that.
Remember when they?
I don't know.
Remember remember when they almost tried to make him Spidey, like Spy D. Yeah, I think.
Hey, we can't have the same name. Shut up. I love how Spider-Man 2, the game, handled it. Just like, they're both Spider-Man. Fuck it.
It's even dumber because Hawkeye was literally having two Hawkeyes in the comics for years before Miles Morales even existed, and nobody cared. Like, Clint and Kate were both Hawkeye, and there was they did jokes about them two, like, calling each other Hawkeye, but there was never this, oh, you can't have two Hawkeyes. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, Kate's the better Hawkeye, and they move on. And then we have the Miles Morales the End suit. This was one they did a bunch of stories where they did a bunch of stories where it's like, oh, this is like the last story. Like they did a Captain Marvel one, they did a Wolverine one. It's like this is like Miles' last story before he died, and it's like,
wasn't he like an old man?
Yeah, he's like an old man, like protecting Brooklyn. Like the story. The story's pretty good. The suit, I'm like, yeah, because it's basically just his suit, but it has a trench coat over it. So
I mean, it's neat.
It's like
I like the sharp eyes.
I think B. That's fine.
B, yeah.
Then we got the Life Story suit, from Chip Zdarsky's
Life Story's cool.
Yeah, Life Story's amazing. If you haven't read that, definitely check that out.
The suit is okay. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's basically
C-tier.
It's the suit that he wears at the it's a suit that they wear in the last chapter when they go into space. It's like, it's a whatever suit. It's like you don't really get a lot out of it. So I think a C is fine.
Yeah.
I'll do that there.
Life Story is like literally my favorite Spider-Man story in recent years, though. It's a great one.
Yeah. Is that? No, it's on Ant-Man helmet. It's just a space helmet.
It does look like Ant-Man, though. I don't blame you.
Yeah, because the final issue of that is Peter and Miles going up into space. So that's their like space outfit thing. Then next,
tell me about this one. I don't know what this one is.
Okay, so this is let me double. Oh, I remember that. This is the Dark Ages suit. So there's a really good storyline called Dark Ages, where it's basically like a universe where all the power on Earth basically shuts off. So it's about, all of the remaining heroes are basically putting up all of their resources to kind of rebuild society with all the power like gone. And as part of the story is that Miles gets taken over by both the Venom and Carnage symbiotes. So it's like a thing of like, by like the end of the story, he ends up like, being able to control both of them. So it's like, it's weird. Miles with both Venom and Carnage. So it's like that idea is like, it's a pretty kind of like cool concept in a way. The design, I don't like the design as much as the King in Black and Absolute Carnage suits.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Where do we put those?
Where did we put them? Mid B.
Yeah, we put them in B, so below. I would put it
High C.
right there. There you go. Not as good
Okay.
as Noir. Then we got the Shield, the Agent of Shield suit. This is a suit that he never actually wore in the story. This was a suit on one of the covers. The A set of like them kind of scratching the bottom of the barrel for some suits of like, yeah, these three he's never actually worn. These are just suits that are from covers.
Okay.
People are saying the stream died. Okay. Said mid and then the stream died.
Hold on, I'm getting a ad.
Okay, the stream's resuming. Okay, good. Let me look at. Okay, OBS is still running for me, so that's good at least. All right, we're good now. All right. I would say this could go in somewhere in C.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's an okay
I think it's just kind of boring.
Yeah, I think right there. That's fine. Then we got the 2090, the Miles 2099 suit and the Miles 2020 suit.
Let's see. Miles 2099.
Yeah, again, these are both costumes that he wore. He never wore them in any comic book. These are costumes that were made for covers. Like they had like a 2099 like variant series of like, oh, these are 2099 versions of other characters. So this is like a 20, like you can see the Miguel scar. And then there was like one for 2020 of like, oh, here's our like 2020 like techno crazy versions of characters. So that's the one they did for Miles.
I mean, I think the 2020 one's kind of neat. I use it quite a bit. I put that personally at a mid-high C. The other one, I don't really care too much for the 2099 suit. I don't know what to say. I think the hood is too much.
Yeah, the blue eyes are pretty. The blue eyes are pretty decent, at least. I would put it with the blue guys. There you go. Let's. All
right.
Let's go with the other Peters now. Spider-Punk. I feel
if
like
you asked me before Across the Spider-Verse, I would have said like maybe C tier because I don't care for the design too much.
Yeah,
but man, he was so cool in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I Spider-Punk when because I think he first originated in the first Spider, like he didn't exist before the first Spider-Verse event, and it's like I feel like even at that event he's like, oh, like he has a coolish design, but they didn't really do a lot with him. But then Across the Spider-Verse is like Spider-Punk stocks flowing through the fucking roof. So,
oh wow, yeah! Look at that. Spider-Punk comic didn't start till 2022.
Yeah, he didn't actually get it he didn't get his first comic until 2022. He first appeared. I forget if he got an Edge of Spider-Verse story, but he first. I don't know. No, he was. He was created.
Yeah, he first appeared in 2015.
Yeah, because I know he was created by Dan Slott. Like I know that he is like a Dan Slott creation. So I forget if he got an Edge of Spider-Verse story or if he originated in Spider-Verse itself. So yeah, what's the unironed Spider-Man called? What do you mean by that?
I think he's joking.
Oh. I was like, what? Oh, but yeah,
I don't know. I'd say high B.
Yeah, because I feel if this was like Noir, if this was Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Punk, I'd probably say put A or S. But I think right now high B is I think right there. That's good.
That's a good spot, yeah.
Then we got the Spirit Spider.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it.
I never used this one. I thought it was weird.
Like, I think it's good that it exists, but I'm also like, yeah, I've never used it because I'm like, I don't want to use that.
High D.
Yeah, I think high D because I don't hate it, but I never use it. Then we got
this one's kind of neat.
Yeah, the last stand suit. I
like this one a lot.
This was from Amazing Spider-Man number 500, where there's like a part in the story where Peter gets flown into like an alternate future, where this is like him, like like the last stand of Spider-Man. Yeah, he's got like a trench coat version of. Yeah, I think this is a good like old Spider-Man suit.
Yeah. I'd say low A personally.
Yeah, AE. There's a pity there's no Spider-Woman. That's because they're saving it for the third game. That was why they're like, we need a woman in these games so badly just so we can get the Spider-Woman suits. I'd say, yeah, A right there. Spider UK. Again,
boring. I don't know.
Don't really have opinions on it. Like Spider, even as a character, Spider UK is just kind of whatever.
D, personally.
Yeah, I'll say that. I don't really care about it. Mangaverse Spider-Man, I don't know. I've been trying to figure out where I want to put him.
I thought that was the Avengers. Sorry, not Avengers. Avengers Academy.
No,
suit.
This is the Spider Clan suit from the Mangaverse.
I don't know. I think it looks kind of lame.
Yeah, it's another one of those like the cartoon. I think it's a better cartoony one than the Cartoon Miles one, at least.
Yeah.
I'd probably put him above. Okay, well, if we put Cartoon Mile. Let's put the two cartoon ones beside each other for posterity's sake. The Aaron Ackman suit. I
think this one looks cool.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like
I don't really have any thoughts other than that.
Yeah, it's like a weaker version. It's like a weaker version of the Spider-Arm, the Ends of the Earth suit to me.
Yeah.
I haven't read the story yet because it's the story where it's like a guy named Aaron Ackman and he makes that suit. I haven't read that in a while, so I forget what exactly happens in it. But yeah, I'd say where did I put the right there? So somewhere in B, I think it would be good.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. This is the secret. This is the Civil War Secret Wars suit. So during the Secret Wars event, there was this whole like they made a whole bunch of miniseries that are kind of like retakes on events. So in like one of the Secret Wars universes, they basically did their own version of Civil War, where it's like, oh, all the heroes are like split up into like two nations, and like this is like the Spider-Man who's like part of one of the groups. This is his outfit.
I mean, it feels fine. It just feels safe. I don't really have many thoughts.
Yeah, it's like a fine C tier.
Yeah.
Put I'll do that there. That's
cool.
There we go. Then we got the Craven and the Wraith suits.
Is this one original to the game? I assumed it was.
Yeah, these are both technically they're original. Like these are original designs, but it's like obviously Craven and Wraith are both like characters. So it's like these are Spider-Man versions of Craven.
I like the Craven one a bit. I'd say a high C maybe. The Wraith one I don't care for. It looks weird. I don't like how they did the color pattern too much.
Yeah, I think the purple doesn't work as well for Peter.
Yeah.
I would say put that at the bottom. The Craven, I think put in like somewhere in right beside Noir. I think that's good. I think the Miles Craven is a lot better. That's probably gonna go up higher. Let's go. I'm gonna save the game ones for later. Let me get the other Miles. Okay, so these are this one. Let me check what that suit was. Oh, the Crimson Cowl suit.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
This one I don't have any opinions on.
The red is too overpowering. I don't care for it too much. I'd say a low C. Maybe mid C.
Right there. I think that's fine.
Okay.
This
suit's great. I love this one.
The Purple Rain suit. This is the suit. This is the Prowler Iron Spider. No. The Prowler Iron Spider suit is the one beside it. Yeah, this is just the straight up Prowler suit. I really like this though. Yeah, the Purple Rain one. I think I'd be fine putting that in like somewhere. Honestly, low A.
Low A.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Aaron Davis, Iron Spider.
I kept forgetting, like, this is again like the Parker Industries one. I kept forgetting that this
Yeah.
one was a comic one, because I'm like, what is that from? And I had to like Google and be like, oh yeah, this is the suit when Aaron Davis comes back to life and he becomes the Iron Spider. This is the suit that he
Yeah.
wears.
I mean, it looks okay. I think that the gold is a little bit too desaturated.
Yeah, I get that.
I'd say somewhere in C tier. I'm not sure.
I'll put it at the top of C tier. I'm thinking fine with that.
Okay.
The Forever suit, the Black Panther.
I like what they're going for, but man, does it look weird.
Yeah, the eye. I don't. It's like I like the spirit of it, but it's like the eyes and the thing of like it just.
Your
just
heart's
looks
in the
off.
right place. Just maybe give it another pass. I don't know. High C
Yeah.
maybe.
High C for effort. Yeah.
Yeah. If I was just judging the design, I'd probably put it lower, but I like what they were trying to do.
I'm just gonna jump up.
Oh, the Mysterio suit's kind of neat. I don't like it though.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. It like
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
cool idea.
Okay. You said a bad suit that I liked playing as. I think that would be
Yeah.
a Mysterio, because I don't really think the Mysterio was
Okay.
that good, but it's like I liked playing it just because I think it's funny just running around like looking like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. I like the variant that turns it black and red, but I don't know.
I think
Um,
again a high C, because I think it's like that's a good middle
Yeah.
ground. And I think this Craven one is better. Well, are they the same?
Yeah.
Are they the same suit? They are the same.
It's proportioned a little different.
Yeah, I think it looks better on Miles, so I say the Miles one is better.
Okay.
Next,
Let's see.
we go movie Miles.
All right.
We got his winter jacket. I really like. Again, it's really simple, but I think it's because Into the Spider-Verse is so good that it's just you see that and you're like, oh, that's what he wore in Into the Spider-Verse, and it's like you have those memories of the movie. I think is carrying.
Yeah, I think it's a really good suit.
Yeah, it's carrying the coat like that the movie
Definitely.
is carrying the coat a lot.
If it wasn't for the movie, I wouldn't care. But I'd say like a low B, maybe high B.
Yeah, I think put it right beside the other movie suit.
Okay.
Then we got which is
I feel
literally
about the same with this one.
the ESU. I probably a bit low. Yeah,
I like the casual look.
I probably put like low B, because it's like it's
Okay.
because it is just him again in his ESU suit. Then we got. Yeah, again, it's really hard to tell, like, because I kept forgetting this
Yeah.
is Into the Spider-Verse because it has the spray paint.
It has the
and this
red
is
shoulders.
Across the Spider-Verse because it has an actual logo.
Yeah.
So where do these
I'm
go?
privy to the Across the Spider-Verse suit more, but I'm fine if you want to put the Into the Spider-Verse suit higher.
Yeah, because I think that they should be beside each other because they basically are the same suit. I like Into
Yeah.
just a bit more because I like the spray paint aesthetic. I think that's really cool.
That's fair. I'd say high A maybe.
I think it'd be fine going in S because again, you got
Okay.
Spider-Verse carry. I think right above Noir. I think because again, like it's the perfected. I think this is like the perfected version of Miles's classic suit. Just like
Yeah.
Peter, like the movies have their perfected version of Peter's amazing suit. So I think it deserves to be up there. Then we got all right. So I think it's now it's just the game.
All right.
Let me get rid of these useless ones now. All right. Yep. Now it's let's go with okay. Let me put them both together because they're basically the same. The two Insomniac, the first game Insomniac suit and the second one. First,
Excuse me. I'd personally put them pretty damn high. High A, low S, because I think that they are near perfect Spider-Man designs. Honestly.
Yeah, I think somehow they got
Like even ignoring how iconic I think that they have become, I think that they're just great looking suits.
yeah, even like the white feels like it feels like it should stand out more than it does, but for some reason it just kind
Yeah.
of feels right. Like it feels like, oh, like that is like what they use to identify, like, oh, this is this Spider-Man, like you that big white
Absolutely.
emblem. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
better.
high A, low S.
The question is it better or worse than classic Spider-Man suit?
I would say better.
I'm fine with that. I'm gonna
Cool.
put because again, I think this is another thing. I think Kevin mentioned in your Spider-Man 2 talk where he's like, oh, the original suit
The color correction is a little
orange.
different,
It's a
yeah.
lot oranger, and you don't really notice it until you put them back to back because
Yeah.
because the color correction is fixed in the second game. So in the first game, it's like, oh yeah, you don't really notice it, but it's like, oh yeah, that the orange has like a very weird glint to it. But it's the
Yeah.
redder in the second game is much better.
Yeah, definitely.
Then
I love that it's actually red in the second game.
yeah. Then we got
All right.
the Velocity suit.
I'd say a high C maybe, because I really like the look. I just don't care for how drowned out the colors are.
Yeah. I care about it a bit more because I read they made a comic they made a comic book story specifically just about the Velocity suit, and I was like, oh, that like it was interesting. It was weird because like the whole story had like Peter overclocking himself so fast that he like everything was frozen in time, so he was like
Oh, wow.
doing everything like again like while everything was like completely frozen. So it's like, oh, it's like seeing like that weird thing, like just it feels like, especially in this universe, being like, can he do that really? But it's like, okay, I guess he can do that. Then we got just the ESU suit, just him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
D.
just the suit. Yeah,
This is boring. I don't care.
probably at the bottom. It's nothing. The Antiox.
Anti-Ox suit, I love it personally. I wish that it looked like it did in the concept art where it was just the fucking white spider suit, but armored. But I still think this color scheme is cool.
Yeah, the yellow I think is really good. I think
I'd say
somewhere
B.
somewhere in A I think would be good.
Okay. Yeah,
Right beside
above
Prowler,
the
there.
Prowler suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot.
Oh yeah, a lot of these other suits now. These are get to the ones that I don't really have any opinions on. Well, okay, this one I like the what
The
is it?
fucking Common Rider suit.
Yeah, the Common Rider
Yeah.
suit. I think is really cool. I wish it was the actual Spider-Man suit, but I guess
Yeah,
they're still
for real.
they're still dealing with some weird copyright things for it. So if it was Spider-Man suit, it probably would be S rank. But since it's just a regular Arachnid Rider suit, I'd probably say I'd put it in an A.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Put it bottom of A because it's like, oh, it's still it's got that Common Rider cool.
It's pretty
aesthetic,
cool. It's just I never used it because it's a little too busy for how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, and then we got these guys.
This one's kind of neat.
Let's see, we got the armored advanced suit, the resilient suit, and I think that's the Kumo suit. Yeah, and the Kumo suit.
Yeah.
These three, I don't really have opinions on. They're just kind of like, yeah.
I think the armored suit on the left looks cool. I'd put that a little higher than the other two. The other two, like that middle one, I don't think looks very good at all. I'd probably put that one in D. And then the Kumo suit, I think could have looked better if they used like a different material, but like the way that the light bounces off of it, I don't care for. I don't know. I'd say maybe B tier for the armored suit and then C or D for the others.
Yeah, will be, and then,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
okay, I know
And then this one.
okay, well, first off, really fast, because,
Okay.
I know because, so for some, the tier list that I got, they missed two, they missed two suits. They missed the,
Oh shit.
did they say, okay, I don't care. They didn't save her. Hold on. Let me, I purposely saved them because I knew this was going to happen. Here, the Peter,
Oh yeah,
life
that's the
story
one you get
suits.
for 101%ing the game,
and
or 100%ing, not 101.
and the Orlando. Okay, so the Peter Yeah, the Peter life story suit, I'd probably put, again, beside the Miles life story suit, because they're pretty much
Yeah.
the same thing.
I think I like it a bit more. I
Yeah.
like the asymmetrical design.
Yep. And, okay, yeah, this is the... Yeah, there was missing those two
This
suits.
one I have not seen until now.
Yeah, these 5 were the suits that you get if you got the Digital Deluxe, which is probably why most don't know anything about. Which, yeah, I pretty much have
immediate
no...
first impression, I don't like the mouth covering that one, the far left one has. The rest of the suit looks fine. I'd say high D, low C.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. All of these suits, I just kind of... Honestly, I would just kind of clump them together. Like, I like the Stone Monkey suit. I like that one, like, the most. Okay. This one, like, I'm just gonna...
That one's kind of neat,
That
guess.
one's kind of cool. This one's probably the worst.
I hate the fucking hair.
The hair. We'll get to the hair in a moment. And then, yeah, I think that's, yeah. I feel bad because it's like, oh, like, they want to make their own, like, original costumes, but it's like, all of these ones, I'm just kind of like, I just don't really...
Too bad they're fucking lame.
Yeah, I just don't really care. Like, again, like, I think this one comes the closest, but again, I'm just kind of like, eh. And again, like, I've never played as any of them because I didn't get the Digital Deluxe version. So
yeah, I didn't
pretty
get
much
the
just have to
Digital
look,
Deluxe
yeah.
version either.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. They're all going to be low. I don't hate them, but I don't really have, like, any impression on them. So, all right, let's delete row. And then we got... Okay, so I think this is the track suit. Again, I don't have it's like...
I think I kind of like it. I'd say mid low C.
Probably put above a couple of these stuff. The strike suit. Again, I don't really have opinion on.
It's a little too busy. I don't know.
I'll put it in D. It's like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
This is
Miles, but yellow.
The Uptown Pride suit.
Okay. I mean, I put it higher. I think the gold is a cool look. Maybe higher C. Still in C, though.
You can go...
right next to his uncle.
There we go. Right there.
That works,
actually,
too.
No, I like 2020 a bit more. There we go. He's a bit better than the other one. Then this is the Programmable Matter
I
suit.
liked this one. I like this one a lot. I like the sharp edges look of it. Personally, I'd say a low B. I'll let you balance that how
fine.
you will.
I think, yeah, this is better than this, so yeah, I'll do that. Then I believe this one is the advanced tech. Yeah, this is the advanced tech suit. Yeah, this is again another one of those DLC from Miles Morales.
I did not use this one. I mean, it looks okay. It looks like he's wearing a corset. Good for him.
Yeah, the thing, the logo, the spider logo is kind of weird.
If I squint, the spider logo looks like it's trying to be the Superman S. I don't have strong opinions. I think it's okay.
Yeah, again, another average
maybe
C1 underneath there. And then we got this is the upgraded suit from this is like the suit that he wears at the beginning of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
So basically it's an upgraded version.
I like that one. I'd say I'd put it right next to the original Miles suit, but like one higher.
Yeah.
Because I really like how it looks.
Yeah, it's like a color again.
Because the original suit, and maybe it's just the lighting on it, but it feels like the top of the suit is more gray than the bottom of it. But I like it when it's the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the lighting helps it a lot better.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Hot take. I don't mind this suit.
I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think
Twitter overreacted, which it never does historically. No, I kind of like the blue highlights. I just wish that it was more consistent. I don't like that it's the rather than the red on black Peter mask, it's the black on red Miles mask, but then it's like a very Peter style rest of the suit for colors. I think that if it had more of a Miles color scheme to it, it would have been fine.
Yeah, like for how I feel about the 10th anniversary suit, I think this works better as a Miles Morales original.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas
but like I don't mind the hair on this one. I think it looks way worse on that Peter outfit. Cuz this one's not trying to be a fucking mohawk.
Yeah, like I don't.
But-
Yeah, I think if they got rid
Like,
of
why is the fucking hoodie made out of like raincoat plastic?
yeah,
I don't like that.
It's weird. Yeah, honestly,
I don't know.
I think the hair is the worst part of it for me, just because I feel like it's just a weird thing of like, why do you need to cut your mask like that? Like it feels like it
Yeah,
causes
surely
more
there's
trouble.
no one else in Brooklyn with that hairstyle, or like more than one.
It's more so just it's more so I feel like to wear that mask. Like it feels like what like how do you wear the mask? Is it like you put the
Yeah.
suit on and you pull the mask up, or do you like the mask has like a cut up hair like cut
Now
up?
that's the real foreskin, brother.
Let's go.
I don't know. I personally
I-
put it as like a mid-high C.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in D. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think it is the perfect bubble of C.
Yeah.
And then we got these. This is
This one, I think the full suit on this looks cool because it has like this sort of cargo pants look. Other than that, I think it's okay. I'd personally put it at like a mid to low C.
yeah. The Brooklyn 2099 suit. Yeah, I think somewhere in C.
Okay.
That is.
It looks good with the pants.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Where did I want to?
How could you put him next to Spider-Man going to school?
I'm gonna right there.
Okay.
There we go. Then
Puerto Rico suit. It's literally just the Miles suit, but with Puerto Rico spray painted on. Looks cool though. At least they didn't fuck it up like the Puerto Rico flag in his house, which they accidentally made the Cuban flag.
oops, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like the Cuban flag is really similar. It's the Puerto Rico flag, but the red and blue are swapped, and that's the one that they put in his house. Because I think that someone on the dev team just thought, "Hey, it's like the same thing, but a little colorful,"
Right?
not knowing that it's another country's flag.
Oh. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd say low B is
somewhere
fine.
B. Say better than that. There you go.
Yeah,
that's a good
that's a
one.
good spot.
And then again, these are again.
Yeah,
like
I don't have
digital
anything
deluxe
to go off
ones.
of with these ones.
Yeah, again.
The left one looks cool. Yeah, that one looks kind of neat, but maybe it's because it's in an action pose that it's winning me over.
I think in terms
little
of
bit of color
order, I'd
correction.
probably go this, that. That one's worse because again, it has hair sticking
Yeah,
out.
dude, that one looks like shit.
I'll just go and say that one's a D,
Yeah.
and then I'll put the.
I mean, the purple, I like what they're trying to do with the purple with that one, but it does not look good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna again put them all at the bottom of C because again,
I think we
no way
just
to-
hate blue colors.
I mean, like, I'm trying to think of like, I mean, like, I don't think automatically that blue. I mean, blue is the reverse of red, so there is kind of a thing of like, I mean, like,
Well, okay, if we want to be technical, it's actually green.
Well, yeah.
But close enough.
I mean, and also, I mean, Spider-Man has blues on him all the time.
Yeah,
I guess
but it's
just-
usually
the
overpowered by
so
the red.
It's like, I mean, it works somehow with Ben Riley, and that's literally
It
just
works
the
with
Fantastic
Ben because he's
Four.
a freak.
Yeah, and that's Fantastic Four, so it's like that gets a pass. But then it's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
have like, yeah,
Like, I mean, the blue suit, or the blue jacket on Miles there looks fine.
that works. I mean, because
It's not
also
too
it's a
overpowering.
winter jacket, so
Yeah.
yeah. And then like, well, these ones are like trying to like, yeah,
Then,
have the
yeah,
blue,
you get into
have the blue
the
overpower,
blue is
yeah.
too powerful. But you know, I'm pretty happy with this list.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a little bit more not controversial. I thought that we would be a lot more divided on this, but no, I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah, no, I'm glad too. Well, you said 11 minutes, but technically there was like I think like 10 minutes ish of setup. and
I
then-
did piss for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
so it was basically 2 hours. Only major is I put the 10th anniversary in ESLA. Yeah, the 10th. Where did I put? Yeah, I put 10th anniversary in C. It's like they would put it in S. It's like, yeah, it's like, I mean, I think it's all right. It's like I don't have a like that. That's my like biggest hot take. It's like you always got to have some kind of hot take in here.
I think that your Iron Spider take is the hottest.
Yeah, that the loving this. Well, not
Well, that and the
not,
comic
not
suit.
caring about where did he put it? Where did I put
It's high B.
it? Yeah, not caring about that Iron Spider suit. Yeah, right there. Right next to our middle ground. I should probably count and see if it is exactly. I don't think it's exact. No, yeah, there's a lot more C, so it's not exactly half, but it's like it's close to being exactly half. Right? So
I think that the DLC suits inflate the lower tiers a bit.
yeah, exactly. I feel like if we got rid of those 10 of them, it'd probably be exactly half. So yeah, I'm glad how this turned out.
Yeah. I don't really have any more thoughts. I was thinking of like, oh, how are we gonna close this? But I'm like,
No,
I'm just kind of happy with this.
yeah, we don't.
I want to replay one of these games now.
I'm waiting for once New Game Plus comes out, then I'm gonna.
Yeah, same.
Have they said anything about, or is it still just we're working on it?
No, we haven't heard anything in a while.
I imagine after the leaks and shit, they're probably like, okay, stuff probably got pushed back a lot, so they're taking their time a bit more. And I'm like, yeah, no, fair. So yeah, I think that's all good. Yeah, we can close this. We can close this off for once in a long time in an FTCR, an actual shortish stream. Thank you, whoever stopped by to listen to our rambling, and thank you,
Yes.
Trav, for joining me with this.
Absolutely. I had fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. I've been really fucking busy, and I finally had some time to rest, so this is good timing for me.
Hooray! Yeah, and I'll find another excuse to do something with you. So we can just talk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
talk
have a
more.
lot of people to talk about Marvel shit with,
Yeah.
so if you want to stick to that niche, I won't complain.
Yeah, to talk with people that won't just complain the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love dissecting Marvel shit, and when the discussion just goes to, man, Marvel's boring these days. I'm like, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
When the discussion gets to, because there's obviously, I mean, like when you can discuss something while still critiquing it, while still also being generally positive about it, it's like it's hard to do that when just so much of it just ends up getting toxic. It's like, especially because when it's like, oh, like you think it's either hate or love everything. When it's like you can have middle ground. Like there are people you're able to have middle ground. It's like it's harder to find those people with middle ground to just talk with. So it's like, yeah, it is good when you find those people. It's like, oh, grab them, hold on to them. The FTCR movie channel talk.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna
cool.
close the stream off. Thank you all. Any last words?
Thank you, everyone. Am I dying? That's pretty cool. Pog. No. Thanks for having me.
Stab.